Hello, my brothers and sisters. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. Today I have a message to every married woman all over the world, especially those in Africa. Today, the problem has been going on. A lot of married women are going through a lot of issues in their marriage because of side chicks who has now invaded their family, their homes. My advice is this to every one of you out there. I'm so sorry, I feel your pains. And I know it's not really easy for someone's husband to be having affairs with someone else outside his matrimonial home. This is so heartbreaking. So I have a little advice for you guys out there. My advice to you is this: please marry my married women out there. If you know you're having such issues about your husband having a side chick, or you suspecting him having a side chick, you shouldn't fight the person. You shouldn't fight the woman. You have to sit down. You have to be very, very careful the way you react. You now have to use your intelligence to work on your home. You have to sit down properly. You have to think. You have to watch your home. You have to see attentive. You have to watch attentively to know what made your husband to decide having a lover outside his matrimonial home. You have to look back at the time you were having a beautiful wedding with him, when you definitely, there were times when you had a wonderful marriage with him. You have to sit back and now look, think properly the way your marriage was then. Think properly the way your attitudes were then. Think properly the way you were treating your husband as at that time, as at that beautiful moment in your life. And now you have to look recently, you have to look at your attitude in this recent time, in this recent period, now that your husband is keeping someone else outside his matrimonial home. You have to now make a comparison between the good time and the happy times between you two, and now during the rough time. Now you are going to get the answer. If you do this, you are going to get the answer to the problems. You have to look at the areas that you've changed. If you were once so humble and now your behavior has changed, you have to work on that. 2, probably you were so warm, which is one of the qualities a woman should have. And now you are so harsh. You have to work on that aspect. And now, during that period when your marriage was so sweet and wonderful, probably you used to honor him. You used to prepare his meals accordingly, the way it should be. And now, in the recent years, you've stopped those ways. You've stopped cooking, doing those things the way you have to cook, the way you nurture him. You stop those attitudes. Madam, please, you have now to start working on it, on that area. You have to look back. During that time, you were having a sweet marriage with your husband. You were looking so classy, so beautiful, to the extent he always compliments you. and say, wow, my wife, you are so gorgeous. And now in the recent years, you started dressing in a way that doesn't makes you look attractive to him. You started dressing in a way that when he sees you, he always complains about your dressing. My wife, my sisters, I have to be honest with you. You have to now recite back. Make it in form of a picture, in form of a television. Then you have to work on your dressing. You have to start putting on clothes. You know, the kind of clothes he loves that makes him always appreciate you and praise you. You have to start putting on, going to the stores, going to the boutiques to buy those clothes to get back his attentions. My sisters, I'm a woman like you. I have to be honest. Sometimes intelligence helps also in our marriage. Are you the type that always calls family members, friends, third parties into your marriage each time you are having issues with your husband? But back then, you never have such characters. My sister, you have to stop. You have to work on your marriages. Going about blaming the side chicks, fighting them, is not going to help you. Try to look at what you are doing wrong in your marriage. Try to look at those aspects of your life, your relationship, during the good times, what you were doing then and what you are doing now. If you can be able to detect those things, those areas, and you start doing it, things that you stopped those days, things that you stopped now, things you were doing before and you stopped, that is now making your home, that is now destroying your home, you should now start bringing them up again. Try to work on that area so that you can get back your husband to yourself. These are many reasons some men go out there. Not that they don't love their wives. These are so many reasons that makes this man goes out looking for side chicks. When you now start using some of those methods I just told you and how the ones you know is good, I bet you, my sister, that man will come back home. And as you are doing these things, you should not think that he's not watching you. He's watching you. He's looking at you. And inside of his mind, that instant in time you are trying to bring things in order in your homes, your husband is quietly changing. Your husband is quietly getting back his senses. But if you don't do those things, you think by fighting your husband's side chicks will make him stop, that will make him even more worse than before. Wives out there, women out there, this is just my message, and I hope it helps you out. And if you use this method, so many of those women will get back their husband. This is just the truth. You should fight for your marriage. I'm not telling you to start going boxing in the streets or boxing your husband. You have to use this kind of steps, make these steps. These are ways to make your husband comes back home to his wife. Respect him. I always say so. Be humble. I have seen some women Their husbands complain about them not dressing to his taste. And you still see some of those women, they will tell their husband, I am not dressing for you. Hello, are you serious? The moment you are married, you are dressing for your husband. You own that body, but that body belongs to him. Every woman who is married is dressing for her husbands. They are dressing for their husbands. Some husband will tell you, my wife, I don't like this hair. You're keeping it for so long, and it gives you money to make a new hair. Then you tell him, please, the hair is okay for me. Hello? Your husband doesn't want it. So as a woman, you don't have to keep your hair so long a time in your head. You have to make it look beautiful every time. You have to use roll-ons every time. You have to use perf. Not that you're stinking, but you're using it is a way of showing that you're so sweet. Those things bring sweetness to men, and they love it. Some women don't use roll-on. Some women don't perf. Some women don't clean well. And these are things that will drive those men out of their homes. So my advice to our ladies, please try to work on so many issues in your home. Try to work on so many issues in your home. And as you are doing this thing, trying to change, your husband is watching. And these things, as you are changing, your husband is also changing. And is also in his heart regretting. It's not everything you should start insulting your husband on. It's not everything you should start fighting for. You have to use your initiatives. You have to use your brain. This brain wasn't given to us for decoration. It was given to us to use for knowledge. So please, ladies out there, if you know you're having problems, issues about side chicks in your marriage, you have to try to look back, because I know every married women always have times when their marriage was beautiful, when it was sweet without involvement of side chicks. So you have to look back during that period what you were doing that made your marriage sweet. And you have to look now what you are doing. So you have to now make comparison between your other time and the new time. That is how you're going to get solutions to your problems. I wish you all a good luck in your marriages, and I pray that every marriage becomes so sweet the way it used to be. And to our husbands as well, please also try to help your wives out there. Keeping side chicks, they are not going to help in your marriage. They are not going to help you out. Most of the side chicks will so distract you from your family activities. I've seen so many men who have wives at home and they go out cheating, having side chicks. These women will start using voodoo or sorts of charms on them to make sure they drive away their wife. They will not distract them from even taking care of their kids, which is not ordinary. And so many of those men are in cages because of these side chicks. Please, my husbands, wives, please, all of you, we all need your helps. Both parties need each other's helps to help yourself. And so, ladies, every married woman out there, you should never make the mistake of leaving your husband because he's having side chick. You have to fight for your marriage. You have to fight for your marriage. I'm not telling you go start fighting the women. Fight for your marriage in so many ways. Try to put the best. Try to put the all in your marriage so that you will get back and win back your husband in every areas. Thank you very much. I hope I've been able to bring one or two lectures to our